listens to it will be able to relate to. Yes or no? So useful questions to ask. We're directly giving you this. I mean, there's no skill to develop. These are the questions. Use the questions. Derive a meaningful testimonial from your client. Now, for case study, we've already given you a case study framework, the same as the video. Okay? What if there are any negative feedbacks or disappointments from the client? Address them. Address them. You won't publish them, you'll address them. Okay? Sonakshi, this you don't have to write. It's already printed on page number 33 of the workbook. Page number 33 of the workbook, it's already there. Product or service. Answer, this is your solution. Okay? If you gave the service, what was the service you gave? You gave a product, what was the product you used? And impact is the outcome. As a result, what did they accomplish as impact? Now, a question that I'm often asked by people is, Rajiv, what if our client is not okay with giving us a testimonial? And what if our client is not okay with revealing their identity in a case study? Or another question is, should we take permission before we create a case study on our client? The answer is yes. You should take permission before you publish a case study either in video, audio or written format. You should take permission. Now, if they deny permission, you can still publish a case study without naming them. You can still publish a case study without naming them. Like, let's just say BMW may be a client for me. And they say, you can't use our name in your marketing material. I say, okay, great. So what I will do is in situation, I'll do a description saying, a leading global automobile brand. Now, a leading global automobile brand can be anyone, yes or no? And then I can describe the complications that they had without naming them. I can describe the solution I offered to them. I can describe the impact they experienced. Now, that's my work. I have the right to publish my work without revealing the identity of my client. Is this making sense? Now people ask me, do people trust such case studies? Well, let me tell you this. If you are creating educational content and you are adding value to people, and even if you are publishing case studies which are anonymous, people will trust it because you are giving value already. So, people trusting is a function of your existing credibility. How many of you agree? If you are one of those manipulative marketers who comes across like this scam seller, snake oil salesperson saying, come to my course, grow your business by 10x. Like तेरी शक्ल देख, तेरा नहीं हो रहा तो मेरा क्या करेगा? So look, at the end of the day, your credibility dictates how seriously people take you. And what creates your credibility is your authenticity and the value you add to people. Yes or no? So, I would say, even if your client does not give you the permission to publish or reveal their identity, you can describe their demographic profile, you can describe their psychographic profile, you can describe their complications, you can describe the service you or product in the impact, and that is good enough to drive the point to a person watching or reading that case study that you are capable enough to solve these problems. Is this making sense? The most critical part of a case study is the complications and the impact. The more in detail you can describe the problems and the challenges and the pain points and the fears your customer is facing, the more there'll be relatability. Yes or no? And then you showcase the impact on how your product or service impacted the client. People are like, done, this is the right person to work. Making sense, everyone? Now, obviously, if you are a doctor, if you are a lawyer, uh, then please, even if your patient or your client gives you permission, do not reveal identity. I mean, it's not right to say Suresh, who lives in Jayanagar, 4th block in Ranka Apartments, 3rd floor, 302, and his wife Sunita filed for a divorce. Don't do that. So, I would say, see, if it's a chronic illness as a doctor, just respect the medical privacy of a patient. But say, for example, someone wants to happily share, like you helped them with hair growth or you did physiotherapy for them. So, see, there are certain things, whether you like it or not, in our society, come with a stigma or a judgment. If you're dealing with something of that sort, maintain the privacy of the patient. So, yeah, you're doing a smile makeover, that's fine. But the client should be okay with it. Like I know a lot of people in cosmetic industry, their film stars are their clients. Film stars will never give a testimony. They pagal hai kya? It should look natural. Now we all know that her cheekbones were not like that ever. वो पैसा बना बना के तोड़ मोड़ के cheekbones वैसा structure किया है हमको दिखता है वो. But they may not be comfortable in revealing, right? So you got to gauge your industry and see what's relevant, what's not relevant. Got it, everyone? Yes. Now, if you turn to page number 34 and 35, this is another interesting one. And my friends who are in B2B, I'm going to insist you do this. Huh? B2C also, but B2B, though, please do this. This is a game changer for B2B businesses. Okay? So on page number 34 and 35, we've given you a case study draft template. Now, what is this case study draft template? This is basically a script in which all you need to do is fill in the blanks. And as you fill in the blanks, there's a nice holistic case study that comes out of it. Now, if you're a B2B or a B2C business, what you can do is, for every previous client of yours, you can create a case study draft like this, print it out on your letterhead, file it in a file or a folder, create a folder with 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 case studies, and use it as a marketing tool in your sales meetings where you put it in front of a client and say, see, this is the work we've done. Now, they'll read 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4, they'll only turn pages and they'll go like, wow, this person's credible, I shouldn't even question credibility. And I've had clients who just created a case study file and have closed deals with big, large organizations just for the volume of success stories they have. Does that make sense? So let's look at the template. Let's read out the template. It follows the same customer, unique problem, solution, outcome framework. So I'll do a sample for all of you on page number 34. Meet Mukesh Khanna. That's the name of the decision maker. He is the Vice President for Channel Partner Network of Tally Solutions Private Limited. So designation Vice President Channel Partner Network, company Tally Solutions Private Limited, which is into the business of accounting software. In fact, it's the largest accounting software company in India, based out of its headquarters in Bangalore, and they have been in business for the last how many years? 30 plus years. Okay. Then unique problem. When we met, either the name of the decision maker or the company, when we met Tally Solutions Private Limited, they wanted to dash. They wanted to increase the sales from their channel partners. So that was their goal. They wanted to increase sales from their dealers and distributors. But they faced a challenge because, and then list their problems. Then write a good 2, 3 paragraphs of problems. Number one, they faced a problem because whenever the sales team would go to the channel partner network and ask them to set goals for sales, the channel partners would, the dealers and distributors would fight with the sales team and say, get out of here, I'm not going to set goals. The channel partners used to not sell the product or pitch the product to a customer proactively. Only when a customer would ask, do you provide Tally, they would talk about Tally. So I put all these problems. And even though they would launch any schemes or incentives for the dealers used to not work on those schemes and incentives, and most of the schemes and incentives used to face. So list all the problems. Then after that, solution. We understood the root cause of their problems and provided them solutions such as, so what is the solution we presented? We met the dealers and distributors of Tally, understood their pain point and realized they don't know how to hire, they don't know how to build sales streams, they don't know how to pay adequate salaries to salespeople, They are not making enough money. They are firefighting as entrepreneurs, the dealers and distributors of Tally. Therefore, they don't want to set targets. Therefore, they are not giving into any of the incentive schemes. So we understood the problem. Then we said we need to help them build a business. Okay? We need to help them to build a business first, and that's when they will proactively sell Tally. So we came up with the idea of turning the sales team of Tally into business coaches, and we created a business coaching system called PACE for them to implement with the Tally partners. And week after week, we were hand-holding the sales team to play the role of a facilitator and a business coach, implemented goal creation, system creation, strategy creation, hiring process, every single thing over a period of 8 months, and then outcome. As a result of this, Tally were able to see a growth of 67% in their revenues from the focused Tally partners who participated in this intervention. So you see, I've done a fill in the blanks here. Yes or no? Now, I can do this for every single client I've worked with and create a fact file or a case study file. I can do this in a B2C business. The template is on page number 35. Meet Dash. So say for example, I'm a real estate agent. Okay, I help people buy properties. So I'm a real estate agent. So I'll say meet Santosh, based out of Jayanagar, Bangalore. He is 42 years old and is working as an IT professional. So age, this thing, demographic profile. Santosh wanted to buy his own house